You're on.
I'll tell you guys all over one more time.
Good to go.
All right. All right, guys. So one more time, we're going to piggyback on what Adam did Monday and throw all the pieces of those Turkish get-ups together. We're going to get into that for our first part of our exercises. Obviously, before that, we're going to kind of do our warm-ups and then get straight into those Turkish get-ups. And you'll see what's going to happen there. So let's everybody stand up nice and tall. We're going to start off with a little bit of letting your dog outside so she won't bother you during the whole workout. Okay, we're going to start out nice and tall. We're going to come down, get a nice stretch in the back of those legs, walk those hands out, come on down, hold that plank position for a moment. Walk your legs back, stand up nice and tall, get a stretch in the back of those legs. Let's do 5 of those, okay? So let's come on down, get a stretch in the back of those legs. Get a slight bend in that knee if you need to. Get all the way down, hold that plank for 1, 2, walk it back, stand up nice and tall for 2 of those, and we're just gonna keep on going. Stretch the back of the legs, walk it out, hold it, keep the legs straight, walk the hands back. And there's 3. We're going to kind of get through this warm up fairly quickly. Hold it and then walk it back. And we're going to do 1 more of those if you're on my pace. Keep on going. I'm just going to move my screen down so you can see more of me while we do this workout. All right, I'll get my last one in there. I'm going to hold it, and I'm just going to sit on my bottom now, okay? So let's sit on our bottoms. Feet, heels will go outside of my hips, okay? I'm going to try to push. We're going to work on internal and external rotation of the hips just to start, so mobility work. My right knee is going to go down as far as it can go. My hands are back behind me just for some support. I'm going to try to push my right knee down as far as I can. This is as far as I can go before it can hit the floor. So now I'm going to let that left knee come in and tap the ground. So now I'm trying to keep my chest facing you, okay? So don't let the chest turn this way quite yet. Let's try to keep the chest open towards your monitor, your screen, whatever you're using. Now I'm going to open up that left knee as far as it can go. Pull, 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 trying to keep that right knee on the ground. Once you can't go over anymore, now I let the right knee go down. Again, keeping my chest facing you, and now letting that right knee hit the floor. Pull the right knee open as far as it goes, and then until that left knee can't stay on the floor anymore, now it's gonna follow it over, okay? Keep on going, open the hips up nice and wide, and roll it. Again, just internal, external rotation of each leg. Let's just go a couple more times to each side. Take your time and just let those muscles work. Good, and we're going to do 1 more of those. All right. So now we're going to swing those legs, kind of stay in that position. Now 1 leg is back behind me, okay? So chest is going to face forward. I'm going to put a hand behind me real quick, okay? So with that, I'm just supporting myself there. I'm going to push my hip and try to turn this hip and push through there. And so hopefully you can get a nice little stretch here. And I'm going to reach across, okay? So I'll push through the hip and then reach for this wall right here. And I'll come back, sit back on my hip, push that hip forward as far as it goes, try to really rotate it, and then try to grab that wall. And I'm looking for a nice stretch in here and those muscles to activate. So stretch it and push it and reach. We'll do 2 more of those. Push, rotate, and reach. I'm going to do 1 more. Rotate through that hip, reach, and stay there. Good. So we're going to stay on that side. Same idea, using this planted hand now. Okay, so I'm going to rotate, push myself. Sorry, let's start over. I'm going to get up to my knees, use my hand back here as a post, bridge up from the knees, reach up and reach over. And I'm still pushing my hips up nice and high as I do that, okay? I'm going to sit back on my bottom, use my plank hand, put my weight on there, drive my hips up, get to those knees, reach up and reach over and right back down. That's 2 of those, okay? Drive up to the knees, reach over, for 3, sit back down. We're gonna do 2 more of those. Bridge up, high as you can go, reach up and over that ear. Let's do 1 more. Drive them up, reach up, reach over, and back down. Good, let's go to that opposite side now, okay? It's that pigeon pose that we pretty much go into, right? So letting this hip rotate, right? Push that hip. Now I'm gonna reach, really make that hip do most of that work, okay? Push that hip as far as it goes, rotate through here, and now I'm gonna reach. With the hand that's on the ground, I'm just kind of holding myself up with that other hand that's not in the picture there. Get 2 more of those. Rotate through the hip and reach. Reach as far as you can. Let's get 1 more there. Rotate through that hip and let's reach. Okay. Now we're just going to bridge up onto those knees now. So we're going to bridge up on those knees, reach up and reach over. Sit back down, bridge up through those knees, reach up. Reach over. Let's keep doing that. Let's get 3 more of those. Try to drive those hips up as high as you can. You do 2 more. And let's get 1 more. All right. Cool. So let's lay on our bellies now. We're just going to do a little shoulder rotation. And basically, we're going to put our hands in our back pocket. Okay? We're going to lift the hands up off our bottom. We're going to bring them up, keeping those elbows up nice and high. And bring your hands together at the top. We're just going to do that in that Superman pose now. Okay? So we're going to lay flat on our bellies. Hands go on your bottom. Put them in your back pocket. Reach your hands up as high as they go. Try not to let your elbows fall towards the ground. Rotate your hands so your thumbs come up at the top. Reach out as far as you can. Keep the hands high. Bring them all the way back to your back pockets, and you can rest if you need to rest. If not, keep your hands up. Rotate as far as you can, keeping those arms as straight as possible. Again, just a little shoulder warm up. Shoulder mobility before we get going. Elbows high, hands high. Rotate to the top. Try not to let those hands fall towards the ground until you need to rest them in your pockets. We're going to do 2 more of those. Hands up. Rotate through. Back down. Last one here. Hands up. Elbows up. Rotate. And all the way back in. Whew. Okay. That's all I'm doing for warm-ups today. We're going to go through those Turkish get-ups again today. All right? So let's start off. You can use a water cup. You can use your weight. You can use anything that you like, that you feel comfortable in that stabilized position. My dog's got me trained. There you go. Okay. We're going to start with that weight, water cup, whatever you want. You can even use just your hand. Okay. The job is for this arm, the one that's in the air, to always point towards the ceiling and or sky. Should always make that nice straight position here. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Shouldn't be here, right? Shouldn't be back there. It should always be straight up towards that ceiling. Hack that shoulder, okay? I've got a nice kettlebell. I'm pretty fortunate here. So we're gonna walk through the first one. We're gonna do right heel, right butt cheek, right arms up in the air. Left legs at 45 degrees, left arms out at 45 degrees. We're gonna rock up to that forearm, all the way up to that hand. Ridge up nice and high. Now we're gonna pull that leg through, okay? Hopefully you can still see that. My arms still reached towards that ceiling. We're gonna come up, pivot through those legs. We're gonna stand up nice and tall, okay? Second part of that, don't let those ribs flare out. Stay up nice and tall, draw those ribs down by that pelvis. Let's reverse that lunge. Now we just reverse everything. Windshield wiper that leg, hand comes down. Okay, hips stay high. Pull that leg through, forearm all the way back to the ground and down. So we're just piecing everything together that we did on Monday. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, please feel free to stop me or ask questions during this. So we're going to do a ladder, okay? We're going to do 4 on your right side, 4 on your left side. Then we're going to break it down to 3 on your right, 3 on your left, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 on the left. So it's going to be a lot of Turkish get-ups to start off with. Hopefully we kind of find that flow to it, and you start to figure out how it works out. And I'll try to come through. I'll go through the first set with you, first set of 4s on each side, and then I'm going to get up and start looking at you guys, okay? So let's find a proper camera angle. Thank you for adjusting. Appreciate that. That helps me out tremendously. That lets me see if you guys are doing that correctly or not. Now the weight, it's not, so I know some of you like to focus on a certain muscle group. This works a whole body, okay? Legs, arms, core, shoulder. It works everything, mobility. So it's a great movement. I think that's why we like it so much. Very technical, but it's doable. So let's take our time with it. We're gonna go 4 repetitions on the right side. So find your weight, find your water cup, whatever you want to use, and let's get going. All right, laying back on your backs. All right, right arm goes in the air, right heel goes by your right butt cheek. Left arm at 45, left leg at 45 degrees out there. We're gonna punch and crunch up. So let's punch and crunch. When I'm in this position, I wanna push my left arm into the ground, so I'm flexing my back. And then I'm gonna get up to my hand. So I really wanna push the ground down with that back hand. Okay, support myself. Drive those hips up nice and high. Pull that leg through so I feel like I'm in a nice, stable position in a tripod position. I'm gonna windshield wiper that back leg and take away that kickstand. Stand up nice and tall. Good. Very nice, guys. And let's reverse it. Down slow, windshield wiper this leg. The hand goes down at the same time. Keep looking at your weight if you need to, okay? Pull the hips high, pull that back leg through. Now we're pretty much back where we started from. Down to that forearm, all the way down on that back, okay? All right, that's 1. Let's go. Punch and crunch. All the way up to that hand. Hips go high. Pull that leg through. Find that tripod position. Adjust that front foot if needed. Okay, windshield wiper. And we stand up. Back down. Keep looking at your weight if you need to. Hips stay high. Pull that leg through. Down to that forearm. All the way down to that back. There's 2. Punch and crunch, hips high, pull the leg, windshield wiper, move that kickstand out of the way. Stand up tall. Don't let those ribs flare. There's 3. And punch and crunch. Let's go high. Pull that leg through. Windshield wiper, kickstand. Stand up tall. Here we go. This should be our 4th one. Takes a lot of control just to get there. Now, if this is easy for you, I would suggest trying a heavier weight. The heavier the weight, the more challenging this movement is, just like anything else. It asks a lot more out of your stabilizers and mobility, and you can keep that under control. So whether it's a couple pounds, 5 pounds, whatever it is, that's a little bit more than what you've been using to make it challenging, your breath rate, your heart rate will definitely go up. All right, we're gonna do the opposite now. Put your weight in your left hand, left heel by your left butt cheek, press it, okay? Roll up, push that ground down with that forearm, with that hand, okay? Roll up to that hand, pushing that ground down, hips high, pull that leg in. Good. We windshield wiper, take away that kickstand, standing up tall, okay? Reverse lunge, windshield wiper, and that kickstand comes down, hips stay high, pull that leg through, down to the forearm, down to the back. There's one. Punch and crunch, hips high, pull that leg through, find that tripod position. Good. Windshield wiper, and we stand. Down. There's two. Always making sure that hand points towards that ceiling. You can watch your weight, whatever you're using that whole time. And is your arm pointing towards the ceiling? In a nice straight line. This is my last one. All the way back down, taking my time, controlling it. All right. So hopefully we've done 4 on each side. We're not going to take a long break. I want you to go immediately back to that right side. Good. And I want you to get 3 on that side, 3 on the left side. I want you guys to go at your own pace. And I'm going to watch for a moment and see how we all look. Then we're going to go down to 2 on each side and 1 down to each side. Take breaks as needed, okay? Good. Punch and crunch up, hips stay high. Pull that leg through. Good, Denise. There you go. I'm still watching you, Denise. So she's getting into that. I think they call it a Bulgarian getup. Slightly different, but it works out. We're learning how. Pull that leg through. She's just going to stand up. A lot of movements. Good job, Brenna. Allison, well done. There you go. Excellent. Nice work, Adam. Peter and Eric, I bet you guys are getting after it. Doing a good job. Now, if you need a break in between things, if you don't have a weight, you can always challenge yourself with just a cup of water, filling up about 3/4 high or 3/4 full, not all the way up, but then we're trying to stabilize that arm, right? If that arm moves a lot, you're going to spill water on yourself. And that lets you know how smooth that movement is. You guys look great. Good. I'm going to get a couple more in here. I'll finish when you guys finish. So I'll finish with the last person. I messed up my screen. Remember, 3 on each side, 2 on each side, then 1 on each side. A lot of repetitions here. So if you're still learning it, you can take your time, right? You can watch what I'm doing and just see what the motions look like. Again, you'll punch and crunch, roll up to that hand, just like we did Monday. Hips go high, just like we did Monday. Difference is we didn't do this part, pulling that leg through, okay? Now we're just gonna stand up from here. We're in that lunging position. We're just gonna stand up. Here it is, reverse it. Here's that kickstand in that windshield wiper. That windshield wiper and that kickstand looks like this. Foot twists and the hand comes down. Foot twists and the hand comes down. That's the difference there. That is a little bit of that external rotation and internal rotation of that leg, right? And that's kind of why we did some of that stuff earlier. And we did part of that when we did that windmill. And we brought our forearm to the ground in that lunging position. Let's go that opposite side. Punch and crunch. Press that ground down with that hand on the floor. Watch that windshield wiper. Watch that kickstand as it comes down. Punch and crunch up. Hips. There's that windshield wiper right here. And that kickstand comes up. All one fluid motion. Watch that. Take your time on the way up and on the way down. Push that ground down. Hips. Windshield wiper kickstand. Stand up tall. There's 3. I'm going to get right into it and go for 2. Almost everyone done? I think everyone might be done. I'll finish out one more. If you're all finished, grab a quick sip of water. We'll move forward after this. Okay. Excellent. Looks like the majority of us have finished. Nice job. We'll come back in about 30 more seconds, and we'll move forward from there. We're going to need your chair after this part. So, chair, any kind of chair that you have that's sturdy, that you feel okay doing dips on, okay? So, I've got this chair right here. You don't really need a weight, but you could use it on one of these exercises. All right. So let's get into this next part. We're going to do another type of a ladder here, okay? So, or I guess it's not even going to be a ladder. We'll take that part away. I take that back. I'm going to draw that part. So we're going to go for 45 seconds of moving, okay? We're going to start in a dip position. So hands go on the edge of that chair, right? Legs out straight for more of a challenge. You want to make it more challenging, one leg, both legs out straight to make it the moderate one. If you need to modify it more, bring those heels in closer to your body. Now the next part of it, we keep our butt and our back nice and close to that chair. We're going to do 5 dips, getting those arms to about a 90-degree bend, right around there, right? Pause, and right back up for a good squeeze at the top. We're going to go for 5 there. 5 of those. Immediately go to the ground, okay? We're going to do 5 push-ups. Could be from your knees, could be from toes on the chair. You know, however you want to do your push-up is fine with me. We're going to do 5 push-ups, okay? So knees, legs out straight, or toes up on the chair, or you put your hands up on your table. So 5 dips, 5 push-ups, 5 dips, 5 push-ups until the time runs out, okay? So let's go. Let's get that one going. I'll explain the next one. I don't want you waiting around for too long and get bored. All right, you ready? Let's get your chair. Let's get your couch, whatever you're going to use. Let's get 5 dips, 5 push-ups. As soon as you're done with your push-ups, you're right back to this chair. 5 dips, 5 push-ups, 5 dips, 5 push-ups till the time comes out. Ready? We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Let's get those dips in. Make them challenging. Get a good squeeze at the top. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to get down immediately. Excuse me, Murph. My toes are going to go up. I'm just changing my push-up slightly. For 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming back to that chair. 5 dips. I'm going to try to get as many repetitions as I can in this whole 45 seconds. We got 10 more seconds to go. Now the key is that transition. How quickly can you get from one to the next? 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest wherever you're at. Good. Trying to work on those triceps, my friend. Trying to work on those triceps. So we kind of did those shin boxes earlier with that internal, external rotation, right? So we did this kind of a thing earlier. We're going to build on that. We're going to build on that. Okay? So everyone get in a lunging position facing this way. We're going to drop that knee to the ground. Now, hopefully, this is the only time that knee's going to go to that ground. We're going to bring that knee up about 1 inch or 2 off the floor. Open as far as I can. So notice I'm going to open this leg up as far as I can. Bring it in. Now this knee is still off the ground about 1 inch or 2. Open and turn. Notice the height of the hips. They're not coming up when I turn, right? And they don't drop. We're trying to hold it at that same height that whole time. So knees up off the ground about 1 inch or 2. Open up, turn it in. Internal, external rotation of those hips. We're going to stay low. It's going to ask a lot out of those quads, I'm hoping. At least they do for me. All right, here we go. Everybody face this way. My left knee is down. It's probably going to be your right knee, okay? All right, we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, knee up off the ground. Rotate, rotate. Don't touch that knee unless you have to. If you have to rest, that's awesome. Nothing wrong with that, okay? We're just going to try to move slowly through this internal, external rotation, right? Big breaths out. Open, close. We pivot on those feet, right? The feet pivot. Watch the feet, they pivot. They don't stay in one place. They don't keep pointing one direction. Anytime, again, you need a rest, come up, shake them out. It's all good. We're just going to keep on moving and challenging those muscles in this position, right? 3, 2, and come up nice and tall, my friends. Shake it out. Shake it out. Big breath in, big breath out. We're going to go down to the floor into a plank position in a moment. Plank position on your forearms. Okay? So, in that position, there you go. There you go, girl. Okay. In that plank position, elbows go directly underneath the shoulders, right? Hands apart. We're going to keep that hip flat, okay? Try not to get your butt up in the air. Try to keep that nice flat line from your ears to your shoulders to your hips to your ankles. We're going to pull those elbows actively towards our toes and relax, okay? So if I had to pull my elbows down towards my toes, that's what I want to do. Now, I want you to also pull your toes towards your elbows at the same time, sort of squeezing everything. But it shouldn't look like anything moves. I shake quite a bit when I do it correctly. So I'm going to try to pull the elbows in towards the toes and the toes towards the elbows for a 5 count. Okay. And that's what we're going to do for 45 seconds. Now, when we rest, we're resting in the plank position. So we're just holding plank and not being really active in there by pulling. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Come on down to the floor. Hands apart, elbows under the ribs or elbows under the shoulders. Ready. Find your flat back position. 3, 2, 1. And let's pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. And let's pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. And pull. 1, 2, squeeze the toes up. Pull those elbows in and rest. And let's pull. Good. And let's pull again. 3, 4, 5, and rest. Let's get one more in there. Let's pull for 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right. There you go. So we got those 3 exercises we're going to play with. Just the 3 for now. We'll go back to your dips and your push-ups and those little leg internal external rotations and then the planks. Okay? So a little variety for you. Find your chairs. We're going to come back in 15 seconds. I'm going to keep everybody moving. Here we go. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's get in our dips. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down 5 times. 2, 3, 4. Transition quickly to that push-up position. Quick as you can go. 2, 3, 4. Transition quickly. As quick as you can get from one to the next. Plan on moving as soon as you're done with that last repetition into that next position you're going into. Keep going, keep going. See if you get one more set of dips, one more set of push-ups before the time's up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish out whatever you're on. Finish out whatever you're on. Whew. It's a good little challenge for me. Hope it is for you as well. All right. Grab your mat if you want your mat. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Let's start in that lunging position. Let's start facing this way. Let's come on down. Big breath in. Big breath out. Front legs at 90 degrees. Back legs at 90 degrees here. Okay? We're going to bring that knee up, inch or 2 from the floor, and we're going to rotate. Ready? 3, 2, open, and close it. Hips shouldn't move too high, move too low. If it bothers your knees, feel free to come up and pivot. Right? Up and pivot. That's going to give those legs slightly more of a break so they don't have to fire that whole time and burn as much. If it's easier on the knees, totally get it. Had knee issues in the past. They're still around. Not as bad though. Stay as low as we can. Drop that knee down an inch or 2 from the floor. You got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and come on back out from there. All right. Take a little breather. We're going to do those active planks. 5 count. And we'll rest in that plank position. All right. Let's come on down to that floor. Come all the way down to the ground. Ready. Plank position. Elbows going to the shoulders. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Let's pull those elbows in, pull those toes in towards each other. 3, 4, 5, and rest here. And let's pull for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. And let's pull for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. And pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. And pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. And let's pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's rest, my friends. Drop those knees down to the floor. We're going to take a full minute off this time. Let you get your breath back. We'll come back to it. Next round, I'll do a couple repetitions and start peeking in on you guys a little bit more. Big breath in, big breath out. Grab a quick sip of water. Now, if you need more of a challenge for that internal, external part, you can always grab a weight that you may have laying around. It's up to you if you want to make it more challenging for those legs. Even if you're doing these right here, right? You can use a weight if you need a little extra, something to make it challenging. I'll leave that up to you. You got about 5 more seconds before we start. Come on back, find your chairs. Find your chairs. We got our dips, 5 dips, 5 push-ups. Ready, set, oh, let's go. 5 dips. Keep your butt in your back nice and close to there. Remember on that last one, let's transition quickly, as quick as you can and safely as you can into that push-up position. On that last push-up, get ready to transition quickly back into those dips. Keep going. I'm going to watch you guys for a minute. Good. Nice, Adam. Well done, man. Nice, Brenna. Good job, Allison. I like it. Nice job keeping your guys' bottoms and backs close to that chair. Nice job, Denise. Good squeeze at the top, everybody. Good work. Nice. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3. Finish up whatever one you're going to be on. If you're on push-ups, finish up your last push-ups. If you're on dips, finish up those last dips. Excellent. Good work. Good work. All right. Now, again, if you need to challenge those legs a little bit more, you're not getting enough out of just body weight, feel free to grab your weight. Okay? Feel free to grab your weight. And if it gets too gnarly during any of this, you can always set that weight back down if you decide to pick up your weight. Okay? So let's do it. Let's find that little lunging position. Here we go. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Knee up about an inch or so and back down. I'm keeping that kettlebell nice and close to my chest, pinning it in there, elbows right by my ribs. Pivot on those feet as best as you can. Take your time. There's no rush to it. It's almost holding that chair squat position that we did last week, or that wall squat position. If I just held here, right? But now we're just throwing a little pivot in there, making one leg do a little bit more work while that front leg is leading. Much more challenging with the weight. Much more challenging with that weight. Stay with it. We got 3, 2, and woo! Spicy. Spicy. Okay. Last time on that ground. Last time on the ground for this repetition, for these sets of exercises. Big breath in. Big breath out. Work we're coming down in 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's walk them out. Elbows under the shoulders, hands apart, and let's pull those elbows in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to take a look at your body, your image in your monitor. Is it straight line? Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the hips drop? What happens? I got to watch myself every once in a while too. Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pull. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do one more of those. Ready? Pull for 5, 4, 3, 2. Rest. All right. Very nice, my friends. Very nice. Take a little breather. 1 minute break. 1 minute break. We'll come back after it. We'll finish it up. Big breath in. We got 30 seconds. So while we take our break, okay, we're just going to do single leg lunges. So single leg lunges. Lunges, okay? So if I have a mat, you can double yours up for more cushion for your knees, okay? By no means do I want you to slam them, but it's just there in case we lose control and that front leg doesn't control our descent on the way down. So we're going to step back, drop a knee down. So again, we're at that 90-degree position here in the back leg, 90-degree in the front leg. We'll start here. We'll stand up, take a knee, tap, and back up. We're just going to alternate it, okay? For 1 minute. We're just going to get after those legs a bit, keep them nice and strong. I love strong legs. So we're going to go in it doing reverse lunges. Reverse lunges are easier on most people's knees, number one, than if we did a forward lunge, right? And and if we drove off that front knee, right? A little different than a reverse lunge, stepping backwards. Mostly for most folks, it's a lot easier on their knees. So that's why I like to do these more so, especially for myself, having knee issues in the past. So that'll be our first move. The last move, we're just gonna do 2 moves, okay? We're just gonna lay on our backs, feet are going up in the air. We're gonna go straight to the toes, okay? Just do a nice little crunch there. So we'll go 30 seconds that way, and then we go 30 seconds coming across. So reaching up and across. So 1 minute in the crunch position, legs up, 1 minute with those reverse lunges. That's it. We're just going to rip through that for a couple times each. Nothing killer. So just kind of bring up our heart rates. But we're going to try to get from the lunges to the abs, back to the lunges, back to the abs. Okay? So we're not going to take a break in here. So kind of prepare yourself mentally for that in the next 10 seconds. All right. Are you ready? Let's go. In 5, heels at the front of your mat. We're going to step backwards. 4, 3, 2, let's go. Take your time. Now, if you want to wait, you can grab your dumbbell, you can grab your kettlebell, whatever you want. My first round, I'm going to see how it feels. I'm just going to go with body weight, because 1 minute's a long time. It's just definitely going to work my heart rate up. Work the endurance on those legs slightly, right? Keep it up. Keep it up. If you want to make it more challenging, if you think these are easy, you can stay on one leg. Up and down one leg. Right? That'll definitely ask a lot out of the one side. Lots of ways to modify this workout. this little exercise. How do we want to make it work? We've got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to transition back to our backs. Ready? Let's go. Legs go up. If your neck gets tired, feel free to put a hand on the back of that head. Right? We're going straight up. We're going to go straight up. Try to touch your toes. Try to touch your shins for 30 seconds. Okay? In about 5 seconds, we're going to reach across. So my right hand touches my left ankle. My left hand touches my right ankle. Again, you need to put a hand on the back of that head with a little support and love for that neck. Go for it. Alternate those hands. Woo. It's getting warm in there. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, and come on back up. Let's transition back up. Let's do that alternating lunge again. Last time here. Last time with those crunches. And we get our stretch on. Whatever leg goes back, that hand comes up towards your cheek. Right leg goes back, right hand goes towards my cheek. Make it look like we're running. Reach with the opposite hand. Reach back with that opposite hand. 30 seconds in. If the depth bothers your knees, just don't go down as far. Okay? Again, all different ways to modify it to make it work for your needs. 10 seconds. We're going back to that ground. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm down and my legs are up. There you go. Reach for those toes. Both hands. Again, if you need a little love for that neck, let's alternate those hands and just try to reach straight up towards those toes. If you need a break anytime, take a breather. No one can see you. Just get back after it once you're all ready and rested. Whew. Then go opposite arm, opposite ankle, up and over. Up and over. Ten seconds, they're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Oh man, I'm rolling over to that cobra position right away. Try to open up my abs. Let's lay our bellies all the way down. Hands will go by your shoulders. And we're gonna just arch up. Keep your hips on the floor. See if you get a nice little stretch in your belly. If you're more flexible, hands under the shoulders, hips on the floor. Keep your hips on the ground. Try to stretch out your belly. Nice job, guys. Good job, Murph. Good job. Oh, there's my towel. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's come on up to those knees. We're going to sit back in that child's pose position now. Knees out nice and wide. We're going to let our chest come down to the floor. Let our head relax, let our neck relax. Walk your hands out in front of you. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Just let that chest come to the floor. Head rests, neck rests. Big breath in, big breath out. Take one more big breath in. One big breath out through the mouth. Let's bring our hands underneath our shoulders. Let's get our hips up off our feet. And we're just going to cat-cow. So we're going to arch up nice and high, roll those hips in, push that back up towards the ceiling. And let's bring that chest down, roll those hips back, look up to the ceiling. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's change. Let's arch up nice and high like a little cat. And another big breath in, big breath out. Let's change again. Cow position. Hands up to the ceiling, chest down to the ground. Let those shoulder blades come together. And let's change again. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's change. Arch your back up nice and high. Let your eyes gaze between your feet. And back down. All right, good. Let's get in that pigeon pose position now. Let's step a knee forward. Let's get a little stretch on those glutes. Okay. Take your time. Let that chest come down to that shin. Kind of relax into it. Work on that breath. Big breath in through the nose. Hold it for 3 seconds. So big breath in, hold it for about 3 seconds. Then we're going to slowly let it out. Pursing through your teeth. Slow as you can go. Let's see if we can sink down a little bit deeper into that stretch. See if your back muscles are holding you from going down. What is it that's holding you? Is it the glutes? Is it the other leg that's tight? So you know the big breath in, hold it for 3 seconds. Hold. Let it out. Nice and slow. Get ready to come up nice and slow and switch to the opposite side. Oh. Big breath in. Big breath out. Come on down, my friends. Let's do that breath in again. So let's do that big breath in. We're going to hold that breath in. And exhale. Let our body drop down a little bit lower from where it was. Maybe it's a half of a centimeter, half an inch. Whatever that is for you. And come back up. All right, I got one last one for you. And we're just going to go to that hip flexion stretch again. Let's go to that lunging position. I take a bigger step out in front and try to bring that knee back as far as I can. Then I'm going to push that hip forward. See if I can get that nice stretch in there. Trying to find that nice stretch here. Try to keep my torso upright and not to bend over here. Again, that hip flexor is linked up to your vertebrae, your lumbar spine. So try to keep nice and tall and not round over if you don't have to. Again, just work on that breath. If you need your chair nearby to hold on to, go for it. I'm just going to kind of put my hands on my knees or on my knee and just kind of sink down a little bit deeper wherever I can. Try to open that hip flexor up. And I'm going to come back off it and I'm going to switch it out. Exaggerated lunge position. Staying up tall. Hands on that knee just for extra balance if you need it. Let's take that big breath in. Hold it. And let it out. Let's see if we can get in a little deeper there. Anywhere that is. All right, let's come on off it. All right. That's what we have for today, my friends. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. It's always good to see you too.
Denise,
Thanks, Pete.
how are you
You
feeling
doing
about
okay?
it? Denise,
Thanks,
how are you
Pete.
feeling about Eddie Van Halen?
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.